If I were to shoot an entire movie with an iPhone, I'm almost pretty sure it would not nearly look as good as this movie. Not at all. Hey, what's up, you guys? Film fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review Unsane. So, Unsane stars Claire Foy, and what this film is basically about. It's about this woman named Sawyer, and she gets thrown into a mental institution. And, she's like, I'm not supposed to be here, this is an accident, all that, yada, yada, yada. And something from her past is now in that facility with her, but the question is it real, or is it just a figure of her imagination? So, what did I think of Unsane? Now, going into Unsane, I did have some expectations. I did like the trailer. I did see it. I thought the trailer was pretty good, honestly, and it did leave me intrigued of what could happen with the film. And, I have from the stuff I've seen from Steven Soderbergh, I have liked it. And, the concept of this movie, of it being, entirely shot on iPhone, was very interesting to me because, it's something we had never seen before. So I was greatly intrigued to see where that could go and how they would do that concept, in my opinion. So, honestly, what do I think of Unsane? Unsane is really fantastic, honestly. I really do think this is a fantastic movie. In my opinion, it was fantastic. It really was. It was a great horror thriller, in my opinion, and I thought it was really great, honestly. This is a really fantastic movie, and kept me on edge for a good majority of it, honestly, and I really loved it a lot, honestly. This is a really fantastic film, and I quite loved Unsane a lot. So, let's get into my positives with the film. My positives are, first being the acting with the film. The acting is really good in this movie. I thought everyone gave a really solid performance in the film. Claire Foy was really good in my opinion. I thought she did a really great job, honestly, in this film. She probably gives the best lead actress performance I've seen so far this year. She was really fantastic in this movie, honestly. It made me really care for her character, honestly, and really feel bad, honestly. I really thought they did a really good job with her character, honestly, with the film, and her performance just elevated that, in my opinion, and I thought she did a really great job, honestly, in the film. I forgot the dude's last name, but I know his first name is Joshua, and he plays one of the doctors in the facility and stuff like that. And, he gives a very terrifying and very unsettling performance in the film, and I thought he did a great job in the movie as well. So yeah, the acting overall I thought was really good in this movie. I thought everyone gave a really good performance in the film. I thought the tension was really good in this movie too. The way that they do tension in this film was actually quite fantastic, honestly. The way that they build it, the way it's executed is really amazing, and it kept me on edge the entire time. I was wondering what was going to happen next, honestly. I thought the tension was really good with this film. It really kept me on edge throughout, honestly, almost the entirety of the film, in my opinion, honestly. It really did. I really thought the tension was great. Very unsettling, and honestly, I felt very uncomfortable while watching this because just the things that happened in this movie, it's just ugh, it makes you feel very sick and achy, honestly, and it's just really unsettling to watch. And like I said, it kept me on edge the entire time, wondering what was going to happen next. And I was like, okay, where's this going to go? I'm interested to see where this is going to head next. And I thought the way that they built tension, honestly, in this movie was really good, in my opinion. I really loved it a lot, honestly. The way that they built atmosphere as well is really good too. I really love how it's just, for the most part, really, it's contained into this facility. For the most part, this movie is contained in this facility, and it is really fantastic. I really like how they built the atmosphere in this movie. It was really great, in my opinion. I really liked how the movie built atmosphere and really made you feel very closed and contained in this movie. I really liked that a lot in the film, honestly. It was very fantastic, in my opinion. And like I said, I liked how it was very contained and very enclosed and made you feel like you were there in the facility with Sawyer. And it really did a fantastic job, in my opinion, and added to a lot of the tension as well. So yeah, I thought the way that the movie built atmosphere was really great, in my opinion. I really liked how they executed that in the film. The writing is really solid in the film too. I thought the screenplay was really good. The dialogue is really solid, in my opinion, with this movie. So yeah, the writing is really good. The directing is really fantastic, in my opinion, with this film, honestly. I thought the directing was really incredible. Like I said, this movie was directed entirely on an iPhone 7 Plus. I believe that's what it was. But, like, we hadn't really seen a concept like this before, you know, a movie shot entirely on an iPhone, an hour and a half movie shot on an iPhone. We've never really seen that before. And, you know, you could definitely, I will say, you can definitely tell it was shot on an iPhone, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's, like, a bad thing with this movie, because it actually adds to the film, honestly. Like, the way of the filmmaking with this movie adds to the very unsettlingness and the very, you know, just tension-filled with this movie. It makes it feel very real, honestly. Like, it was almost like it felt like you were watching kind of just footage you weren't supposed to see, honestly. Like, I really like how they did that in this film. Like, it was like almost footage you weren't supposed to see, and it makes it feel very real and very, like, you know, just you're in the moment and stuff like that. Like, I really like how they did that with this film, and Steven Soderbergh does a really solid job with that. Like, I like that he went with this direction with this movie, because it really added a lot to the film, and it's very well shot. It's really well edited too. Some of the best editing I've seen all year, honestly. Like, I really loved how this movie was edited, and the cinematography is really fantastic with this movie too. So I will say the way that Steven Soderbergh directs this film, honestly, is really phenomenal, in my opinion, and some of the best directing I've seen all year, honestly. Like, I really love how he directs this film, honestly. I really love that he did go with the style choice of an iPhone, because it really did add a lot to not only the tension and the atmosphere building, but it added some realism. It's a very, you know, like, just almost like real footage and like something you weren't supposed to see, and I really like how that was executed in the film. And I will say the pacing for the most part was really good too. Like, I was really invested into the film for the most part, honestly. Like, I really did, you know, was invested into the movie for the most part. I thought they did a pretty solid job with the pacing, in my opinion. And the only negative that I do have with this movie is that kind of the building in the beginning, like building towards what was, you know, going to happen in the facility and stuff like that, was kind of a little bit slow at first. Like, I will admit, kind of the building at first wasn't, you know, was kind of a little bit slow. I thought I could have picked up a bit more, but once things start to happen, they start to happen, you know, and I really just, that's my only problem with the film, is I just thought the building, you know, building towards what was going to happen was kind of a little bit slow. I thought they could have done a little bit better with that. But overall, I think Unsane is a really fantastic horror thriller, honestly. Like, I really loved this movie a lot. It's really fantastic, in my opinion, and one that I feel like is not being talked about enough, because this movie is great, and I think everyone should check it out. So it's time for my official grade on Unsane, and my official grade on Unsane is an A. Like I say, it's a fantastic horror thriller, in my opinion. I felt very uneasy watching this movie. This is a very uncomfortable and unsettling movie to watch, but at the same time, it's really great on how it builds tension and builds atmosphere and really makes you feel like you are in that facility with Sawyer, and just some really amazing things, you know, with this film, and I really loved it a lot, honestly, and it's a fantastic film, in my opinion, and like I said, everyone should check it out. It's really fantastic. So yeah, Unsane gets an A. It's amazing. So, what did you think of Unsane? Leave in the comment section below, and I'm FilmFan0599, and we will see you all later. Peace.